Lahaina, and welcome to Voices of Truth One-on-One with Hawaii's Future, brought to you by the Kiwani Foundation. I'm Ehu Kekahu Cardwell, and here we are today in Haleiwa on the island of Oahu. We got a great guest on the show, so let's go on over here and meet him. James, aloha.
Aloha.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good,
Mahalo.
good to be here. Introduce yourself to everybody.
My name is James Estores. I'm the co-founder of Malama Lokoea. Co-founded the foundation with a good friend of mine, Benson Lee.
Very good, and look at this beautiful fish pond here. This is what it's all about, isn't it, James?
It sure is. This is a fish pond restoration. The journey for Benson and myself started back in May 2008.
Really?
As volunteers. Kamehameha Schools is the property owner, and they had a program where once a month they opened the gates to this fish pond to allow the community members to come in and help volunteer in the restoration of the pond. And Benson and I were here every month, and finally in 2009 we were asked to just go ahead and organize and sort of take over the kuleana of the pond.
Wow. So what did it look like 3 years ago, James? Did it look like this, or?
No, it didn't. If I can bring your attention to the.
It looked like this?
To the bushes over here.
Yes.
We it goes by different names, like buffalo grass, California grass. Between this bank and that far bank, halfway across, it was all weeds, all invasive weeds, vegetation, all the way across, and it went all the way in the back. In fact, this wall here, outlined by the coconut trees,
yes,
you couldn't see it. We had to use weed whackers to find the edges of it, and yeah, it was terribly overgrown.
So you had to actually get in here and walk or wade through here and get rid of all that stuff.
Exactly. The first thing we did was we found the outline of the pa, or the rock wall opposite the bank. We found the outline, and we traced the outline with weed eaters, and we're kicking the coconuts. So there was like 2 foot thick, layer of coconuts coming across. So we exposed the wall first, and then we knew where the water came this way. So slowly by slowly, we just beat it back and just started pulling it out with different methods. We're in the heart of Haleiwa town, but in the old days, the location where we're at was formerly known as the Moku of Waialua, and we're in the Ahupua'a of Kawailoa.
Wow. So there's a lot of fish out there.
There's thousands and thousands of fish, but you know what? More importantly, the fish weren't brought here. They actually come in here as pua, or
as babies.
Or babies, yeah, fingerlings.
From right over there, yeah?
Right.
That's the inlet from the ocean.
Exactly. These are called makaha, or waterways, or it's very unique to Hawaiian fish ponds.
Why is that?
What we're walking on is a pa, or kuapa. It's a rock wall that was put up between the body of water and the source water in order to control the flow.
I see.
And the reason why it was so important, because when the pond drains and the sweet, nutrient-rich water is going out at the low tide,
yes,
when that same pond water hits the ocean, the pua, or the fingerlings, taste the water. They want to come to the source. So they actually come in through here.
Right through here.
They actually come in through.
Look at that.
Yeah. So if you look closely, you can kind of see the pua. They're kind of sort of playing in the water.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah. So they'll come into the pond as pua or fingerlings, and all the food that they ever need is here. They grow big. They can't get out.
So they are out there initially. The water goes out in low tide. They taste the water and they go, there's got to be something good in there. This tastes delicious. So they swim in this way through the grated gate here. They come in here, feed. All of a sudden, they're too large to get out.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that's how they come in.
Yes.
Again, they weren't brought here physically, caught out there, and
they come in of their own choosing.
They chose to come in here on their own. Now, if you allow me to demonstrate how how it works. I'll put this on. So real quick. So I explained to you how they come in at the low tide when the pond waters go into Waialua Bay.
Yeah.
Now on the flip side, when the tide is coming in, those same fish that came in like this, but now they're like this,
Right.
want to go out, because when the tide comes in and the water rushes into the makaha, the same thing. Now they taste the ocean water. Now they don't want to go out.
And here goes the gate.
So as you can see the water coming in.
Yes.
If we left this open on the incoming tide, strong tidal surges coming in. You can see the water coming in.
Oh, look at that. Quite a flow.
If we gave it enough time, good hour or so, this water will just spread out and inundate the pond area.
Do you let the adult fish leave?
Yeah, on occasion we do.
Yeah.
On occasion we do, because we know they're going to come back.
That was my
They're going to
next
go
question.
out,
Yeah.
they're going to spawn, they're going to increase the numbers in the wild, and then they're going to come back as well.
Wow. Wow.
So you can see how the water comes in.
Yeah, look at that. Wow. So they know where their home is. They know where the good stuff is.
Exactly. They sure do. And as you can see, it's a very passive system.
Yes.
If the tide is coming in and the anai or an ava and the moi, they want to get out, they will come in here. And simply all we need to do is come in behind them and close the gate like this. Now they're in the makaha. So you can see these openings, and then we'll drop a ladder down. Then we can be selective in what we harvest.
What you want.
Now in ancient times, of course, we didn't have metal. So we had sticks. We had sluice gates. So sticks, vertical sticks tied, lashed together with cordage, that provided the gates on two sides. Of course, the outer makaha, so the pua can swim in.
Yes.
And the same thing, when the tide is coming in and all the anai or the adult fish are in the makaha, then they will just come in behind it. And then they can, again, be selective in what they harvest.
So James, other than the metal that's here, the metal gates, this is really set up just like ancient times, yeah?
Just like ancient times.
Wow.
Just like ancient times. Our kupuna were engineers, they were oceanographers, they were biologists. Keen observation is what created what we're standing on.
Wow.
And the whole concept of the makaha is unique to Hawaiian fish ponds, because in other South Pacific countries and island nations, they actually had to go catch their fish. They had to trap their fish. Native Hawaiians were fish farmers. But this is a fish farm.
This is really unique to Hawaii and nowhere else in the world, yeah?
No.
That's amazing.
Nowhere else. This is uniquely Hawaii. This is the type of fish pond where we're at. This is called a loko puone. This is an inland pond. I don't know if you're familiar with the other types of fish ponds or local kuapa. They're out in the ocean where you see the rock walls.
Yes. Yes.
So those are local kuapa. We're inland.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look around you, we're tucked. We're inside of the beach berm.
Yep.
And basically just the formation of this wall here allows the creation of the makaha, where you can control the waterway.
Wow.
You can control the fish that have to enter here, because they need to enter here twice in their lives. When they come in as pua and when they try to get out.
This is where it comes in from the ocean, right here, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
This is our Hawai kai. This is the source of our ocean water coming inland. And of course, the same water that enters through the makaha. As a boy growing up here in the Moku, way back in the early 70s, on my way to baseball practice down the road, I walked right through here, right past this fence.
Really? So you would pass this every single day?
I would pass this during baseball season and look in there and, wow, I used to think I had a different set of criteria for me. I used to think, oh, look at this water. It's dark color. Sometimes it's brown. Oftentimes it's just dark. I mean, look at the color of the water. I'm used to swimming out in the ocean where you can see the sand, you can see the reef. You know, this was foreign to me. And in 2008, when Kamehameha Schools opened up the gates and said, community, come on in. We're going to restore the fish pond. You're more than welcome to come malama with us. I came here with my ohana. For the first time in my life, I got to walk on the property and I just fell in love with the place.
Wow.
I just said, I've been here all my life and I never knew this was an ancient Hawaiian fish pond. I never knew that. No one told me about it. I never read about it in a book. I was just amazed at, one, what it was, and then two, that I had an opportunity to walk on the property and just to be here and to malama with everyone else that was there. We're all volunteers. So I just love the feeling of community and coming together, you know, with like-minded people, and we're here to malama. And,
to take care of, yeah?
To take care of.
Yeah.
And whatever it was that we were giving of ourselves, of our time, of our sweat, we were getting back tenfold. It's hard to put in words how you feel when you come to malama place, and the return. It's incredible. It's indescribable. I've learned about the different fish species, about their life cycle, about the invasive species. There's 3 different species of tilapia that are here that were introduced back in the 50s in Hawaiian waters. So haleiwa, the moku, we're no different than everyone else. But yeah, so I learned about the fish species. I learned about the mechanics of ancient Hawaiian fish ponds. I learned about the community. I learned about my neighbors. I learned about several things. I learned that I love to talk about it. I learned that I love to just go places and I just share. And then I say, komamai. I say, hey, come.
Come see for yourself.
Come see. Come visit. Come just be here. You know, give as much or as little as you want, but just come and meet and greet the local. Greet it on your own terms. The local is here. The fish pond is here for the community. And you know, the other thing that I fell in love with was sharing the fish pond, sharing the stories of the fish pond, how it works with keiki.
With the kids?
With the kids.
Yeah.
So we've actually turned it into an outdoor classroom where we teach them about the pua'ama. We teach them about the tilapia. We teach them about the importance of malama, about caring for the aina, caring for the land. And hopefully we're helping to grow the next generation of land stewards. You know, to kind of bring up the next generation with that mindset of you gotta take care, you gotta malama. And the thousands of keiki that have come here to learn about the lessons of the pond, hopefully they'll come back. Hopefully we're helping to also grow not just land stewards, but hopefully they'll come back as oceanographers, biologists, you know, PhDs, you know, experts in their field. Come back and give back. Come back here and give back here. Do research here at the pond. Just help the community. You know?
James, it sounds to me like the community has really come out and embraced this project, yes?
Yes.
So what is it like when they come in here? You know, the adults and then the kids. What is it like when they come in here and see this for the first time?
You know, the adjectives
fail you, right?
You know, when they first walk through the gates, and they're just wowed by the atmosphere, just the feeling of the place, and they're just blown away. And that's their first reaction. The next reaction, after they're covered in mud and they're dripping sweat and they're laughing and having a good time, and they share, a lot of them share with me how so precious their time was here, and how it helps to bring their ohana closer, because now they're sharing quality time with their kids. Get the kids outdoors, get them away from the video games, get them away from text messaging, get them off, you know, get off the computer, come on out, and just experience what this place has to offer.
Right. All right, James, you just described what it's like for the big kids. Now tell me what the reaction of the little kids is when they see this.
Oh my goodness. The first thing we have to do is try and control they're so excited. They're like, oh, Uncle, what is that? Oh, what is that? Oh, Uncle, is that a barracuda? I'm like, yeah, that's a barracuda, that's an ulua, that's a tilapia, that's a Samoan crab. You know, they're just full of energy, and they're just teeming with just this need to learn, and you know, they're like sponges. They just want to soak up the
They want to get right in, right?
They want to get right in. They want to get wet. They want to get muddy.
Yeah.
The lessons of the pond, besides the fish, besides how the pond works and everything, the lessons also include our native birds that are here. The Hawaiian stilt, the aeo, they are here. In fact, we may hear them in a little while. The call of the stilt. You know, we have the alai ke'o.
So James, it isn't really, it just dawned on me when you said that, it isn't just what's below the water, it's what's also above the water here.
Exactly.
It's as important.
Because
wow.
The minute we started restoring the place and the vegetation just looks different. The place just looks different. The native birds came back. Alai ke'o, like I mentioned, the alai ula, the coots and the moorhens, the ahu ula, or the heron. You know, our native birds are coming back because we're helping to open up and expose areas that they need for their sustenance.
Yeah, this is a place where this is a restaurant for them, and this is a resting place.
Exactly. They need those mud flats.
Yes.
So that they can walk around, because they also feed on the pua.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it, as the landscape changes, so does the wildlife here. When they see a place like Loko'ea, when they see what's out there in our natural resources, I mean, this is, you know, come be in the shade of the coconut tree. The importance is a very personal thing, from family to family, from ohana to ohana. They will greet this place on their own terms. A lot of folks come here and they just love the experience, and oftentimes they'll just come just to be here. They just want to be in the shadow of a tree, and they just want to hear their heartbeat again. They just want to feel the wind on their face and the birds in the background. Others want to come here and just start ripping stuff up, you know. The importance, Ehu, lies in the lessons that we can all learn from a place like this. The lesson that this is a natural resource that we have to malama, because if we can agree that everything around our state, all of our natural resources like fish ponds, some of the ocean, the shoreline, the reef, all these ecosystems, if we can agree that they are just the crown jewel of what makes us who we are, then Loko'ea is just another jewel in that crown jewel of natural resources. And we have to malama. We invite the community to come out and come work with us. Come work beside us. Don't come work for us. Work with us. Our Hawai kai, or our waterway, during the winter months, when the surf is just you know, we're in the North Shore.
Yeah.
And the surf always brings in sand and sediment and kukui nuts and sticks and logs. It's a challenge to keep that Hawai flowing.
So that has to all be cleared out each year,
by hand. And we do it by hand, and we fill buckets, and we hand the buckets up, and then, you know, and we have a designated location for the sand and sediment and stuff, and yeah, we just all pitch in, and we just kind of do a chain gang, and we just hand the buckets up.
So what you're telling me, James, is you don't use any mechanical means to keep this place up. It's just like old times.
It's like old times.
Wow.
For the Hawai,
wow.
Clearing of the Hawai was always by hand in ancient times, and you saw what it looks like, and you know, it's not conducive to bringing, you know, heavy machinery in there. You know, it'll sink.
Yeah.
So it's the good old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
By hand.
Yeah. You know, James, our TV show Voices of Truth airs throughout Hawaii, but also airs in many cities and markets throughout the world. And I know right now we have people way, way far away from Hawaii, on the other side of the world, watching us. Why is it important for them to know about this?
Well, you know, when a community comes together to rally around a cause, it only benefits the community in positive ways. It brings them closer together. We're united for a cause. You know, if I would highly recommend if communities rally behind any subject, it benefits the community. It's all positive.
Wow. And what about the old ways, the ancient ways that are still in use today here at this fish pond? Why is it important for people on the other side of the world to know about that?
Well, you know, the fish pond and working together to maintain it is just maintaining our culture. It's working together side by side. It allows us a place to practice our culture, to come here and throw net, to come here and fish, to come here and malama. You know, to malama is to just give of ourselves to a place. It's perpetuating our culture. The ponds numbered close to 500 across the state.
Now,
at one time.
At one time, okay.
Right now, there's just a couple dozen fish ponds.
Really?
Right
Really?
So you know, the shoreline changed. You know, times were different in the 50s and 60s when fish ponds in Kaneohe were backfilled so that they could build these waterfront houses and whatnot. Hawaii Kai was filled in. There was a bunch of fish ponds there. It's unfortunate. Those are lost. We'll never get those back. But, you know, a precious resource like this, we still have this. So we have to malama. It's a kuleana. It's a responsibility that we've taken to heart, and we're active members of that. I have a completely different perspective on fish ponds. Again, I walked by this place as a boy growing up, never knew what it was. It's taught me the value of knowing about your place. I never read about it in books. No one ever told me about it. I was just, why didn't I know? Why didn't we know? So now we make sure the keiki know. This is our outdoor classroom. Yeah, right
wow. Here. Wow, so this is really what you're doing is training stewards for the future.
Yes.
This is the training ground right here.
Right here.
Right here. Wow. That's amazing. And of course, it's not only the human beings, people like you who train them, but it's the birds, it's the fish, it's the wind, it's the rain. All that stuff teaches them.
And it's the lessons that are learned once they get in the fish pond as well. Because they're strangers to it. They don't know how it feels. They don't know how you can move around them or in it. But they come here, strangers to the pond. By the time they leave, you know, they're telling me, Uncle, I'm going to bring my family back. You know, when can I come back? I'm like, you can come back anytime you want.
Wow.
Come on back and bring the family. Fish ponds need our help. You know, society went in different directions and the fish ponds were neglected. Well, it's our time to come back and help restore these precious resources. I've heard stories of folks come back and they said, you know, since we came here, we went back home and now they're volunteering at another fish pond near where they live. And yeah, I hear those stories all the time.
Wow.
It sparks. It sparks activity. It sparks ideas. It sparks community. You know, and yeah, this is where it all began for me.
Wow. So as tranquil and beautiful as this place is, what it really does is energize and turn people on.
Yeah, it does.
Turns people on to the land, the water, themselves, their ohana, their family, and the place where they live.
Exactly.
How could it be better than that?
It doesn't get better than that. And again, no matter what it is that they give to the place, what they get back, it's immeasurable.
Over 10 times over, at least.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. And what a great place to leave it. James, thank you very much for having us here at Haleiwa Fish Pond. This has been amazing to see. Again, for myself, you know, you walked by it as a boy. I have driven by this place many times. And without being here and getting the $50 tour, I wouldn't have known about this place. So mahalo for doing this.
Mahalo for coming.
Great. great. It's
Mahalo for what you do.
We want to come back because this is beautiful. It's going to be hard to leave. Thank you for being here with us at Haleiwa Fish Pond on this amazing tour here today, this amazing visit. Remember, you can watch Voices of Truth on the web 24/7 on voicesoftruth.tv.com. I'm Ehu Kekahu Cardwell for the Kiwani Foundation, and until next time, ahui ho! There's something going on in the water right in front of us here, yeah?
Yeah.
What is that?
You can see the dorsal fin of a...
oh, look at that!
It's an ulua. It's an ulua, yeah. You can.
Wow.
That's the dorsal fin. It's facing that direction.
They're sitting here checking us out.
They're checking us out, and they're also probably taking a breather. If you look at the distance between the dorsal fin and the tip of the tail,
yeah,
it's almost 2 feet. So if the dorsal is about mid-fish, the nose of the fish would probably make it about 4 feet long.
So that fish is about 4 feet long right there.
Yeah.
Whoa!
That is a big ulua.
That is a big one.
Yeah, I'll estimate it to be about maybe 30, 40 pounds.
Just sitting there checking us out on a beautiful day in Haleiwa. Mahalo for watching Voices of Truth one-on-one with Hawaii's Future. Watch us on the web 24/7 at voicesoftruth.tv.com. You'll find all our shows, including this one, in case you want to see it again or share it with family and friends. Also view our weekly video commentaries at freehawaiitv.com. And check out our blog, published daily, at freehawaii.info. It's all part of the Free Hawaii Broadcasting Network.